News. Now the story's moving up across the internet, and joining me tonight is Olly Mann from Answer Me This podcast. More of that in a moment. Olly, good to see you.
Hi.
First of all, we're going to have a look at a study which says children might not found clowns funny after all.
There's a surprise. You know,
You never got them, right?
Well, I was of the generation that was terrified by Tim Curry in Stephen King's It
yeah.
as a miniseries. And it turns out now I have coulrophobia. Fear of clowns. This is what's been going around the internet today. Apparently, some students at the University of Sheffield, yes, it took a university to do this research for us.
Of course.
Have been going around hospitals and talking to children across South Yorkshire, like children with terrible illnesses haven't got more on their plate than to talk about this, but apparently all of them were scared by the images of clowns they had in the hospital walls. They've said now, children...
Hospital administrators, take the clowns down straight away.
Away.
Put some nice blue skies and clouds up or something.
Don't put up something that has a face the colour of that.
Yeah, the film director who says he's happy with movie pirating. Who's this?
This is a guy called Jan'08. Now, he did a film last year called The Nines. It came out in December here in the UK. It wasn't a big hit. A lot of people would be thinking, well, so what, who cares what he thinks? He's not the biggest player. But actually, he wrote the screenplay to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and to Tim Burton's Corpse Bride, so he is a Hollywood player. He's come out today and said he doesn't mind if people download his film illegally through BitTorrent websites, as well as legally. He says it's not his preference, but if people are going to do it, do it.
He'd rather get the exposure. OK, Library of Congress puts thousands of images online, but they're going to tag them.
Yeah, this is, I think, smacking of the US Congress trying to sort of piggyback on the success of Wikipedia. They've put lots of pictures from the archive of the Library of Congress up onto Flickr, the photo-sharing website, and users can post their own tags to all the different pictures so that they're searchable. It's a good idea, but as an official source...
a lot of work done for nothing, right?
Well, yeah, that's one way of looking at it.
Now, we're going to have a listen to this. Have a listen.
Now, in a few minutes, I'm going to switch off the fasten your seatbelt sign. However, I've learned lately that things can get awfully bumpy when you least expect it. So you might want to keep those seatbelts fastened. And in the event of an unexpected drop in poll numbers, this plane will be diverted to New Hampshire.
Hillary Clinton, you're right. Is that funny?
I find it totally excruciating. I think Chris Rock and Robin Williams can sleep safely tonight knowing that the comedy of America is still in their hands.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Hillary trying to do a funny little YouTube viral. If it was an impromptu thing and she'd just spoken into the microphone, pretended to be an air steward, I think it could have been quite funny.
Well, there's a but here, isn't it?
It just feels a bit like...
I reckon she's reading it.
Yes.
She's pinned the script up on the wall, hasn't she?
It reminds me a little bit... You remember when Sherry Blair got caught out singing When I'm 64 and it went on a bit too long?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. It goes on for about a minute and a half.
One line would have done. OK, scientists made some high-definition discoveries on Mercury. What have we got?
This is amazing. So, I do this podcast every week. We record it in Crystal Palace, and we're amazed that people in New York are listening to it. One day, people in Mercury are going to be listening to it.
Yeah.
The house prices are low there, and apparently it's easy to get a signal from NASA, from Mercury, to people's iPods and computers in this country, and that's what they've been doing. These pictures are pictures of Mercury that haven't been seen, sides of Mercury that have never been seen for 30 years, and never in such detail. And they're whizzing all over the internet, and everyone's geeking off crazily about it.
OK. Olly, we're going to talk to you about that very podcast a little bit later in our programme this evening, so stand by for that. On our website, click this button to watch this programme live online if you're ever away from the TV, and all the links to the information we talk about on Sky.com News, you'll find it there.